About me, it's a pretty interesting story. So basically, I posted like I don't even remember how you call it on Facebook, but like a story, I guess, like a post, like who's in my home city. And Dre actually liked the post, so I just messaged her and asked her if she wanted to meet, and then we just met. And 8 years later, we're still here.
Oh, it was such a crazy story. So one of my best friends was also playing tennis with Lucas back in Lithuania. One day I was single, fresh out of a breakup, and she just messaged him from my account and set up a date for us. And here we are, 8 years later.
Who came up with the brand name?
Bro, can't. It's actually can't really even remember how we came up with the name because like it's been 2 years now and it's not that long time ago. But I think Dre came up with something like we talked about something broken and I was like, oh maybe we should do like Broken Planet and like different we just kind of brainstormed and I think Dre came up with Broken Planet. And because the name was kind of taken, so I just thought like, yeah, let's just add market to it and just make it. So it kind of made sense for the time, but yeah, now it's, we tried to get back to Broken Planet basically.
It was me actually, so basically the name was taken. There's someone else with the name Broken Planet, so then Lucas added market because we wanted to have like a marketplace later on. But yeah, I just stuck with market and now we want to get rid of it because it should be just Broken Planet.
Is having Flame harder work than you first imagined?
I knew what to expect, but Dre, like, she'd never had a dog, so the thing is, like, she thought that, oh, it's, you know, it's a dog, like, just like any other dogs, but I knew that Dobermans are a completely different breed and they're much more difficult to handle.
I think the craziest thing is that we got him day before our 1 year anniversary drop, and we were like, yeah, it's like, you know, quite chill, we can handle it. And then from that drop is where like everything got very intense and we needed to hire people really quickly, and it was the worst timing and also the best timing. So yeah, he's a lot of work still.
If Drake could only keep one bag from her collection, what one would she keep?
Probably the Balenciaga gray one. Don't remember. Kagoli bag? Yeah, Kagoli bag. Like, I think that's the name. But I think the gray one, Valencia.
Let's go in my mind to my Balenciagas. Probably the black Balenciaga bag that I have. I love that bag. It's a staple and I don't believe in trends as well. So that bag is going to the grave with me, like all the other bags that I have.
What sacrifices did you have to make for Broken Planet?
Sacrifices. Well, like, first of all, I think it's since me and Dre work as a couple, like, you know, we used to bring work to home and we still kind of do. And, you know, that's the toughest thing, like, you work pretty much 24/7. And I think that's the biggest sacrifice. You lose your own time. And it's kind of like, even if we work, like, if we want to work from like 9 to 5, let's say, like a regular day, it's still impossible because when we come back, we still need to do extra stuff, like, I don't know, submit some graphics or like, I don't know, whatever it is, but it's always kind of on. Even when I wake up like 5:30, 6 a.m. in the morning, like, we just talk to the manufacturers right away, so you kind of see like, the work is always kind of going, we never really stop working. Even like, you know, it might look nice when we go to trips like Miami, LA, whatever it is, Paris, we still work all the time, and it feels like, of course, like, we still enjoy it, like, we learn to enjoy it, enjoy the process, but I think the free time and kind of just like having that, like, completely turning off from work, that's something that we really lost, I think, in the last 2 years.
That's actually a very deep question. I might start crying. I don't know what sacrifices. I think we've sacrificed a lot of like time, like free time, you know, time to like just rest, because it doesn't really exist just yet in our life. Every weekend we work, every trip we work, and I feel like sometimes I just miss that, you know. But honestly, I don't regret it at all. I would sacrifice all the time in the world for this brand, and there's none other sacrifices, because everything else has just been blessings.
how do you deal with negative comments on social media?
It used to bother us a lot, I think, and like, I know Dre used to get bothered a lot, like, before, like, me too, but I kind of learned just to, I mean, I read them and then, like, they just don't make sense most of the time, so, like, you can't really take them seriously. So yeah, I just kind of, like, even if, like, I don't really read comments like that, but if I see something, I just, like, yeah, I mean, I just read it and it just goes, like, I forget about it right away, so, like, I don't really take it too hard or, like, seriously.
We don't get that many, but when we do, I think it affects me more than Lucas, just because we put everything into this brand, and then, you know, when you're tired, you read something that's not nice, it hits you. But now actually we don't check socials at all. Like, we have the team for that and they handle it, and to be quite fair, I haven't seen any negative comments in the past months and I'm chilling.
What did your family and friends think when you started a clothing brand instead of following an ordinary career path?
Well, I kind of followed quite, I would say, ordinary career path. I was studying computer science and worked as an engineer in a company, in a startup. So yeah, I mean, it wasn't something like that crazy that my parents or like my family said, oh, you shouldn't do this. Of course, they were a bit more scared when I decided to leave my job. I think I left my job like 9 months into the brand, so they were kind of like skeptical as like, are you sure you want to do this? But the thing is, with the industry I'm in, I can just, you know, find a job quickly, so it didn't make sense for me not to try this because it was going pretty well. So I decided just to leave my last company and just start working 100% on this.
So actually I have a really funny story, literally, and it's also making me tear up. So literally a week before the brand took off, we were driving to shoot the samples, like little TikToks in Brighton with Lucas and my family, and my dad started screaming in the car, telling me to like stop dreaming and like just get back to the real world and go and just start working. And I think a very important factor is that I was actually broke before Broken Planet. I literally was earning 200 pounds a month because every source of income for me was cut when COVID happened. So I was mentally in a bad place. I was living off Lucas for a long time, and yeah, we were just so excited to start something. And my mom was always very supportive. My friends were always very supportive, but at this point we've been trying to create something for years, and I feel like nobody really believed in us, and here we are now.
What is the hardest part of managing a brand with your partner?
Well, you know, I think the hardest thing is that we live together, and you know, we kind of have to find that boundary between work and relationship, and I think that's the hardest part as well. Like, as I said before, like, you know, it's really hard to turn off and kind of just enjoy. So we kind of, it's quite difficult to, even when working together, for example, like, you know, we can get a bit more personal with each other, you know, and kind of just like, sometimes things that shouldn't affect the decisions might affect things, like, you know, maybe you're angry at each other or something, like from something that happened before, and now you have to go and make some important decisions. So you kind of have to close that completely and just think about the brand when it's decision time or whatever, we're like working on something. So it's kind of just like separating work from like relationship completely.
I think that if we were just like work partners, sometimes maybe we would consider how we say stuff more. But you know, when you live together, like me and Lucas are literally 24 hours together. Like I don't remember a day when we were actually not together. So sometimes like maybe little things can be said a bit more harshly, and then it hurts a little bit more because obviously you're like, you know, we're actually like boyfriend, girlfriend, we shouldn't be saying these things to each other. So I think sometimes that what hits me, but we're also learning. We're talking a lot about it, and like we're trying to, you know, try to separate and like work and partners, but it's hard, I'm not gonna lie. It's a really good thing, and it's like the best partner in the world, like this situation, but it can get hard as well.
What would happen to the brand if you broke up?
Man, I think it would be quite difficult circumstances if we broke up, because right now as we work is that most of the work we do together and not like separately. Like, of course there are some things that we do separately, but the core thing, like designing and like just ideas like for the future and stuff, like we do together. So like if we broke up, I think the relationship would be quite different, but you know, we're still grown up people, so I think, you know, we would be able to figure out. Or we can just hand the brand to Flame, and he can just run it, you know. I'm sure he would do well.
Oh my god, guys, what the heck is this question? Well, we actually joke about sometimes we joke about it. We're like, you know what, you can take half of the brand. Well, the company split 50-50. I think, first of all, that's not gonna happen. Second of all, oh my god, I don't know what would happen. Why are we're not manifesting this, we're not claiming this, but if that were to happen, I think we would still find a way to do it. I feel like because we've been there through the beginning, like from the very start, it was just two of us that worked on it. I think we would just find a way to do it. But the brand is also one thing that's tying us together really close. And you know, it's more, how do I say this? It's actually better than marriage or, you know, anything. Like it's one thing that we have together and we get to create every day on it. So why would we break up?
If you could give one piece of advice to anyone watching, whether it's starting a brand or life in general, what would it be?
I would say you have to learn how to be consistent, and because even for me, when I was, you know, not even starting a brand or like going to study or whatever like else, you know, gym or like things like that, I feel like if you can't be consistent, you can't get good at things. So for me, it was always about like whatever new thing I start, I try to look for ways how can I stay consistent and just keep going, you know. So I feel like if you want to be successful or just, you know, improve at things, you have to find a way to keep going like every day, because this is the process. You know, you have to learn how to enjoy the process, like, you know, and you can't be consistent if you don't enjoy the process. So for us, like, I feel like, especially for me, like, I have to learn how to enjoy things, and if I can enjoy things, I can sustain it for a long period of time, and then that's how results come, you know. That's how you reach something in life, basically.
Just to not listen to anyone, because everyone else is literally going to be trying to bring you back to reality and tell you how, you know, this is more safer and this is all that. And I actually think about it a lot, knowing that like my family actually comes from very poor side of Lithuania. It's not like I did not grow up with many things, and I keep thinking that my first piece of item, like clothing, that wasn't secondhand, I got it only at 16. So like I know what it means, you know, not to have a lot. And that sound in your head that's like keeps telling you just to go for the safe path and, you know, just to make sure you do this and that. Don't listen to that voice in your head. Listen to your heart. And if you feel like you want to do something more in life, chase it until it's yours, because it will be yours. And most importantly, align your mind so that your mind works with what you're doing in life, you know. If you're hesitating yourself here, but you're actually working every day on something, it won't work. Your mind has to align. So that's my tip. It feels like you asked the questions literally 10 minutes ago. I don't even remember. Wait. Bad.
I said the Grey Kagoli one.
Lucas.
What do you mean? Like, it's not that bad.
It's not bad, but the black one. If I get to keep one bag, of course I'm going for a black one. It goes with everything. What would happen if we would break up?
I said Flame would take over the company.
Why did I get so deep?
Yes.
I was like crying. I was like, let's not jinx it.
No, I would say that would be really hard, just because a lot of things that we do, like we do together.
No, so not a lot, not everything.
Well,
pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. But then the thing, yeah, like I would say we're still adults, so we'll find a way. Or Flame would take over the company.
I think Flame taking over would be the
most. I think it would be very successsual.
Yes, it would just become basically Dog Toys company or snacks. What other question? Who thought of the name?
I can't remember.
Because I did it. That's why you don't remember.
And then in the end I said that you came up with the name. But I think something like in the beginning I think we talked about planets or something.
Yeah.
And then you think you said broken, like.
Yeah, because I was telling you that
We
we
had
need
the
to.
list of like names.
Yeah.
We had like 5 or 6.
Listen, guys, the list was bad actually.
Yeah.
Thank God we didn't take many of them. Like it was, like Jordan was
But
saying.
then I said that because I remember this part that we had broken planet, but the name was taken. I said we should put market in.
Yes.
So
You
that's
did
the only
that.
thing I remember.
And now we're trying to get rid of it. So thank you.
Yeah. So my part is just, they want to take my part. So. There were no questions about flame.
Yeah.
There was one question, like.
What question? I didn't have a question about that.
Did you imagine it would be hard
Oh, what did you say?
to? I said that you didn't expect it, but I expected it because you never had a dog.
Yeah,
like
true.
that.
I thought it was gonna be like we're gonna be sleeping
knew,
together
like,
every
that's
day. Just
I
like-
knew that it was gonna be hard. Alright, let me say bye to the vlog. Not the vlog.
To the video.
The video.
Fun fact is that Flame's birthday is when is the video coming out? You're watching it in a couple days. It's Flame's first birthday. And Flame was born.
He's
on
gonna be
our
1 year
anniversary
old.
month. Yes, he was born 9 days after our anniversary.
Bro, why is it so difficult, man? Ah! I'm just gonna keep it short, like.
Yeah.